Okay, so the first person we're meeting is Farron Voder, and he's 18, and he's talked before this point, but we hadn't learned his name, and he's maybe my favorite. He's extremely well-spoken. They're all well-spoken. He says he's decided to join the Amish church, that he wanted to live a couple years not doing it, but he's decided that he wants to be a part of the church. He's got a girlfriend named Sarah who says he'll join the church with him, but that's unheard of, and he's like, no, she won't do it. Now we're coming to Gerald Dutsey, or Hutsey, I can't really tell, who's 17, and he says he won't be Amish. Probably on Gerald with this, like, how do you go from, like, having everything to having nothing again? I don't know. I'm not Amish. Maybe the funniest part about this to me is like all these Amish kids are just smoking cigarettes. Like, ain't no party like an Amish kid party, 'cause an Amish kid party don't stop. Kids get so drunk they wake up the next morning like passed out in the yard. So during this time period, they say that boys will often dress English and drive cars, but girls will typically not. So I'm wondering if more boys leave and choose not to be Amish than the girls, because they seem like they're holding more to the tradition. So guess what? Our boy Farron is a drug dealer, and he deals crystal meth. Okay, so the little subtitles that have been like giving me information just said, believing that education turns to pride, children are required to drop out at 8th grade and begin working. Apparently Farron's trying to quit so that he can rejoin the church. Let's see if he can do it. How much help he'll need. Kitty. There's a drug raid at one of these guys' houses, and Farron and his girlfriend Sarah got caught, but they didn't get arrested, but everyone else did. So now, like, the Amish drug dealers are out to get them. So we just got some word from the elder there. An Amish soul would not be saved if they choose not to join. Velda's actual story is she had decided to join the church, and her and her boyfriend were going to get married, and she made her dress. It's black, and she decided that 4 weeks before the wedding she didn't want to be Amish anymore, and her boyfriend, she thinks, was too scared of losing the friends he had, and so she left without him. And she says that when she was making the dress and when she put it on, at first she felt like a queen, and she doesn't feel that way anymore. Farron's been clean for 6 months, and apparently the first 5 days he went off the drugs. He slept and only got up to drink and eat. But this girl, who's 16, Emma Miller, met him 3 weeks after he decided to be clean, and she likes him. Love story. So nice seeing this change in Farron. Like, he's taking the crew around his house and telling him about, like, all Amish houses have to have windows because you have to let in the light because they don't have electricity, and the family room where you come and sit at night has to be facing to the west so that you get as much sunlight as possible. And there's like 14 Bibles everywhere, and he's showing them the Amish directory and his favorite book, which is all the Amish songs in it. And one of the songs was written by a guy who's about to be burned at the stake. And he says, well, I couldn't do that. My faith would never be that strong. I don't know, he's changed. He's better. He's better. Emma and Farron broke up because he wants to be Amish and she doesn't.